One of the new best seeds that you can actually get inside of Grow A Garden is the COCOMANGO, and a lot of people have requested me to get this thing every single mutation in the game to see what it would be worth. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. This seed's also pretty special because to actually get it, you have to have a friendship level with Sam, and you know, Sam's kind of picky on, you know, who he's friends with, so I feel special that I was able to get this COCOMANGO seed from him. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and plant the COCOMANGO right here, and we're also gonna go ahead and plant some sugar apples, and we're gonna do what we did last video to make this a little bit easier to get some of the mutations out of the way. So I'm gonna plant 5 more sugar apple trees here, and then all we're gonna go ahead and do is go to my main account, and we're gonna actually hit that grow all button, so that way our COCOMANGO will grow, but also our sugar apples, and you'll see why we're doing this. Hold on. All right, so we have some pretty newbie COCOMANGOs, but we're going to get rid of these. We're going to actually get a pretty good one in a second. But first, before we do that, we're going to use our Apple Gazelle, and we're going to use this guy to just get us the warp mutation done and out of the way. So we're going to pick up some sugar apples until we get warped. Oh, and actually, we had a golden egg in our inventory, so we just got fortune on one of our sugar apples here. So I will make sure I favorite that real quick, so we won't actually have to use our golden goose. All right, we got warped on one of our sugar apples. It's this one over here that's actually not even spawned in, but warped is there. So once that regrows, we'll have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this warped sugar apple over here. We're also gonna move this fortune sugar apple over here. I'll move this one as well since it already, we're gonna get a lot of glimmerings, but I guess I can go ahead and move this one as well since it already has glimmering on it to our little buffet platter. So I'm gonna pick up the rest of these sugar apples here, and we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Apple Gazelle, and let's go ahead and pick up these COCOMANGOs since these are too small for us. And we're gonna go ahead and spawn in our moon cats here, and we're also going to get a triceratops spawned in to help with some growth. And then let's go ahead and get our sprinklers on here. So we're gonna put down a grandmaster sprinkler, we're gonna put down a master, godly, advanced, and basic, and then hopefully this will all help give us some pretty big COCOMANGOs here, and then we can go ahead and get started with getting all the mutations. So let's try to get our moon cats asleep in a good group here. Let's see. Okay, there's a couple going like right here. I'm gonna do right here because there's 2 of them. Okay, that's actually a pretty big COCOMANGO there, so that's a good sign, but we got to get bigger than that. I think we can get way bigger than that with the moon cats sleeping on it, but I don't think that's gonna be big enough for us. We need bigger. Yeah, like that. That's looking a little bit bigger. So we're gonna delete this one. We're gonna keep doing this until we get a really big one. This one's a better size, but I think we can get even bigger than that. So let's just keep trying this until we get a big one, and then we can start getting some mutations put onto this thing. Okay, here's an even bigger COCOMANGO growing. So we're just getting bigger and bigger as we go up. This one might be our winner, but we're gonna try to get one more to grow in pretty big. I will put this on the mooncats one more time. We'll see what we get, but I'm gonna keep deleting these smaller ones. But yeah, I think this COCOMANGO might be our winner here. This thing is humongous. All right, can we get a good group of mooncats to sleep on it? Okay, there's like 3 of them. Come on, come on, come on. Pile up right here, pile up right here. Go to bed, go to bed. Go to bed. Oh, they're all moving around. All right, these 2 are pretty close in size. However, this one is still bigger, I think. So I think we might have our winner here. This thing is just growing in real nicely. So, I'm stuck inside of it. I'm being crushed. Okay, this is a pretty big COCOMANGO right here. I don't know which one's going to be bigger. What the heck? All right, so I can't honestly tell which one's bigger. They're both very close in size. I would do a stud count, but it's kind of hard to tell because this one's all glimmering and magical. I almost want to say this one's bigger right here. They're either the same size or this one's slightly bigger. Oh, wait. They have faces on them. Forgot. We can count the studs on the faces. Okay, yeah, this one has about like 5.5 almost studs on the face, and this one only has about 5. So this one's definitely bigger right here. So I think we have our winning COCOMANGO. I'm gonna go and pick these ones up, and here we go. Here's our beautiful COCOMANGO here. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and put some sprays on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a chocolate spray on that. We're gonna do a windstruck spray, pollinated. We'll do a honey sprinkler, and then on my main account, I'm gonna go ahead and add a cloud touch spray to that. And there we go. We have our 5 mutations on here that we're going to use to convert this thing to a rainbow COCOMANGO. I keep saying COCOMELON, dude. That shows. Yeah, I just have the intro COCOMELON in my head. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and spawn in our queen bee to get the cooldown started with this guy, and we're gonna spawn in our butterfly, and then the queen bee will cool down the butterfly, convert all this to rainbow, and then we can get the show on the road and get a really nice COCOMANGO and make some good cash, huh? Wait, is this one bigger? Hold on. No, it's not. Okay. All right. Well, our COCOMANGO is ready for rainbow conversion, so we're gonna let that happen. And I believe, I mean, we already have a lot of glimmering plants over here, so Spinos will move that over. That's not gonna be a problem right now. And we sugar apple. We have a warp sugar apple, so like all that's good as well. And then I think we might have a chakra one somewhere in there. If not, my main account will probably be moving that over here in a second. My main account will be having its Kitsune come over here in a second and apply chakra either to our COCOMANGO or one of our sugar apples, so that shouldn't be a problem. All right, and real quick before we do AFK and wait for this thing to become rainbow, I'm gonna go ahead and favorite it just real quick, and I am going to spawn in my mandrakes here. We're going to get an advanced sprinkler, and I'm just going to watering can some mandrake seeds here to get some mandrakes and hopefully get us the rot mutation on one of our sugar apples, so we can add that over to our COCOMANGO once it's ready for that. Oh, okay, we had rot spread to one of our other mandrakes, which is interesting, but that works. We're gonna go ahead and add this over here to our little platter of food for our Spinos, and there we go. We have the rot mutation ready to go. All right, so I can go ahead and pick up these mandrakes now. We can unfavorite our COCOMANGO, and now we can get ready to get rainbow and then get all the mutations applied. And I think while we're AFK, our Kitsune is going to apply chakra to something, so we'll check on that once we get back. All right, real quick, our Kitsune from my main account did just steal a sugar apple, so we do have chakra applied over there, and he's gonna go hand that off to my main account now. So thanks for stealing that and breaking my heart, but we do have chakra, so we can get that moved over in a little bit with our Spinos. All right, so I just boosted my queen bee and it cooled down our butterfly, and our butterfly is now going to convert this to rainbow. All right, there we go. Our COCOMANGO is now rainbow, so I go ahead and favorite this so I don't accidentally pick it up, and we are good to start getting some mutations on this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some sprays. Let's go ahead and put pollinated back onto this, chocolate, wet, and I guess I'll save that glimmering since, you know, when the event ends, we'll need that more later. And then we can go ahead and put our honey sprinkler down on this to get honey glazed. Honey glazed will be back on that now, so we're up to 5 mutations. And then on my main account over here, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the verdant spray. We're going to put cloud touch onto that, and we will put shocked onto that, and now we are up to 8 mutations. And since I have my main account here with some shock sprays, I am going to actually go ahead and plant a couple carrot seeds real quick, and then bring my main account over here with the shock spray to put it on one of my carrots, so that way we have the shocked carrot ready to go, and we can go ahead and spawn in my Ryzen to eat that, and then it will apply the static mutation around to hopefully my COCOMANGO, but if not, one of these sugar apples or one of these other carrots, and we can get static out of the way. And then we're also going to get some of our guaranteed mutations done, so we're going to spawn in our lemon lion so we can get brain rot in about 5 minutes. We'll spawn in our peach wasp so we can get plasma done in about 25 minutes. We'll spawn in a phoenix so we can get flaming done. We'll spawn in cockatrice so we can get toxic done. Or actually, we'll go ahead and spawn in our corrupt kitsune so we can get the corrupt chakra mutation done, and then we'll spawn in a pterodactyl so we can get tempestuous done. So that's a lot of pets that we have now that are pretty much our guaranteed mutations. Again, static, brain rot, plasma, flaming, toxic, corrupt chakra or foxfire corrupt chakra, and tempestuous. So that is a lot of pets there, but that will give us some of our guaranteed ones done. I would have used the golden goose as well, but we already got fortune from selling that one egg. Also, perfect timing, we do have a nighttime event so we can get moonlit on our COCOMANGO or just one of our sugar apples or carrots, and we can easily get that moved over to this once we use our Spinos in a little bit. I guess I'll go ahead, because I ran out of the luminous sprays, I have to go buy more or earn more over there, but since I don't have that right now, I'll also go ahead and spawn in this luminous sprite so we can get that guaranteed mutation done, since the portal will take a little bit of time to get through, and this will only take about 15 minutes, and that's another guaranteed mutation, I believe. Yeah, it's guaranteed, so that will fulfill all of our guaranteed mutations. We already have a ton of glimmering stuff, so we don't really need to use our glimmering sprite right now, but we do need to use the luminous sprite since we don't have any sprays currently for that. But we have a pretty good setup here, so I'm going to be right back while these guys do their cooldowns, and we'll come back in just a minute and we'll get some more mutations done and get our COCOMANGO to be big boy. Okay, this is interesting. We got a heat wave during nighttime. I don't know if I've ever really seen this combo before, but with that, I don't know if I have any more tanning mirrors, so it's actually good that I'm here. So I can go ahead and make sure I get tanning mirrors placed down right here so we can get the sun-dried mutation, and then that will also allow us to get paradisal in just a little bit. And with that, our giant bean lemon lion here is about to apply the brain rot mutation, so we go ahead and swap him out. And I forgot, I do need to do the jackalopes before I do the disco bee, since the jackalopes are pretty quick. We'll work on that. Well, let's go ahead and wait for this guy real quick to give us the brain rot mutation, and then we can probably boost our Ryzen to shorten his cooldown. Let me see. Yeah, that'll shorten a couple minutes so we can get more jackalopes done. But all right, let's go ahead and there we go. We just got sun-dried, so we'll get paradisal done. I think it should actually already be done since we have verdant on there. All right, sorry, my dogs are going crazy, but we got the brain rot mutation done on a sugar apple, so we're good. And we just got paradisal done on our COCOMANGO, so that is good. And hey, why the dog barking? All right, but anyways, let's go ahead and pick up this lemon lion here, and we'll get flaming done in a second. So I guess with that lemon lion being out of the way, we can go ahead and put a jackalope down to start working on getting sandy mutation, and we'll go ahead and add some more jackalopes in once we get the phoenix done and the Raiju done, so we get that sandy mutation done and out of the way. This guy's gonna need another boost though. He's got a fast cooldown, but percent chance is kind of low, so I like to boost him to help us out a little bit. There we go. All right, Phoenix is applying flaming to different fruits, and he actually looks like he applied it directly to our COCOMANGO. Yes, he did. All right, perfect. Thank you, my guy. Thank you so much. All right, Phoenix, your job is done. Actually, hold on a minute.
How do you apply flaming when it's literally raining? This game is very unrealistic. My immersion is ruined.
All right, I'm picking up the Phoenix. We're gonna go swap him out with another jackalope, and hopefully we get sandy done here. Raiju will give us static in just a second. Also, do we have shocked on this? Yes, we do. All right, perfect. Cool. All right, yeah, so he'll eat that shock carrot there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this flaming one. We got a ton of stuff moonlit, and our COCOMANGO directly is moonlit, so I'm gonna get rid of some of these moonlit carrots and just plant some new ones, just so we have an easier palette for our Spinos. All right, Raiju ate the carrot, and he just applied static to a sugar apple and some carrots, so he is good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these static carrots since he got it on a sugar apple over there. Again, just to make it easier for our Spinos in a little bit, let's go ahead and pick him up. My poor little jackalopes are failing at life. Oh no. Let's go ahead and spawn another one in. We gotta get sandy done, guys. Come on, hurry up. Give us sandy. We need some sandy done and out of the way. All right, we got things to do. All right, we got Twisted and Windstruck, which means we got Tempestuous. We are done with our Pterodactyl here, so that is good. We can move him out of the way, and we have all of our jackalopes spawned in, so now we could start adding in some disco bees into the mix to give us the disco mutation, hopefully, and then we'll work on chicken zombies after that. Come on, guys, stop failing me. Get sandy on something, please. Sandy, please, sandy. All right, we got sandy added to a carrot, and an earthquake is happening. I channeled an energy I did not mean to channel, I guess. Anyways, our cockatrice just applied toxic to a sugar apple over here, so that is another mutation done. We can go ahead and pick up the cockatrice here. He is done with his job, and then we'll get luminous done in just a second here. We'll go ahead and boost that sprite to save some time. Oh, look at that. We just got Foxfire Chakra finally, dude. We never get Foxfire Chakra, but we just got it on a carrot. All right, let's go and move that to the buffet platter as well. There we go. We got Foxfire Chakra. Oh, and we got a meteor shower. We got Celestial happening. Hold on. I think I have a star crawler in there, but put another one down just in case. There we go. Put one in that corner. I guess I'll put another one down over here for the carrots just in case, just so we can make sure we get Celestial done. All right, cool. Yeah, all these are Celestial now. Perfect. We're good. And go ahead and travel this over here. So we do have all of our disco bees here. We have 4 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and start placing down some chicken zombies as well into the mix. We can only do 1 right now, but once the sprite is done, we can go ahead and put down another chicken zombie. Well, our COCOMANGO is Celestial now. That's perfect, actually. So we really don't even need this carrot over here. I guess I can pick it up just to save some time for later. All right, luminous sprite, stop making weird noises and give us that luminous mutation so I can add in another chicken zombie here. And then I guess I could probably boost my corrupt kitsune in a second so we can get corrupt chakra done and out of the way. All right, he's going to apply luminous to something. It looks like he's targeting a carrot. He is targeting a carrot. He's spinning around the carrot, and we got luminous added to the carrot. Thank you so much for that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and travel this over here to our platter. That actually looks cool. Sorry, I have problems. Anyways, that is done. Let's go ahead and pick up this luminous sprite, get him out of the way, and replace him with another chicken zombie so we get zombified done, hopefully. And then we're going to wait just a second here to get corrupt chakra done. All right, so our corrupt kitsune is going to give us corrupt chakra. Hopefully we'll get corrupt foxfire chakra so we can get ascended chakra and get that really nice multiplier. But if not, I'm gonna go ahead and, well, let's just see what he does real quick. All right, so we just got corrupt chakra. All right, so we at least have corrupt chakra done, which is nice. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up for now so we can focus on getting the other, I guess, guaranteed mutations done. And we can spawn in another chicken zombie here to get zombified done. So I did boost all my disco bees here, so hopefully we can get disco done. This Jax one is about to try and apply it, so hopefully that'll be, please, disco. Failed. Okay, usually they fail a couple times. All right, that's fine. I just kicked my chair and that hurt really bad. Ow. All right, Peach Wasp is stinging that disco bee. Let's see if we get disco from that one. failed. Okay, well, that doesn't help me there. All right, well, we still have 2 more disco bees with their cooldowns almost done. So let's see. Let's just see if we get it done before we get plasma done with our peach wasp. That'd be nice. All right, come on. Come on, disco bees. Please give us disco so we can just get the chicken zombies done, and then we can get this AFK grind on the way, guys. Come on. Please, look at me. I'm so sad. All right, let's see it. Disco, disco. Disco failed. All right, we got 1 more disco bee, and then we got to wait for the cooldowns again. Come on, Bella, please. Bella, please. Bella, please. Bella, please. Bella, please. Bella, I don't like you. I really don't like you. You are our last hope, and now I have no hope. My heart's ruined. But at least Peach Wasp is going to give us plasma. There we go. We got plasma added to a carrot. So thanks for that, Peach Wasp. I'm going to go ahead and move this plasma carrot to our platter, and we're good. I'm going to pick up the rest of these carrots since they're kind of done with that right now. And let's go ahead and pick up the Peach Wasp and throw in 1 more chicken zombie into the mix. And now we have 4 and 4. So hopefully we can get disco done, zombified done, and then we can stop crying and we can go AFK with our nice AFK setup. All right, so we finally got the disco mutation applied to a carrot down here, I think. Yeah, right there in the sandy carrot. So disco is officially done. We can go ahead and pick up these disco bees, and now it's on to just trying to get zombified. We have 1 of our chicken zombies about to be done with its cooldown. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my last chicken zombie here and a mimic octopus just to try and help speed this up in case this one fails. Let's see if Bella comes in clutch. Otherwise, we have a ton of other chicken zombies now that we can use. Let's see. Failed. Okay, well, at least we have 5 chicken zombies spawned in now and a mimic octopus, so we have 6 pets to try and give us zombified. Hopefully we'll be able to get zombified done very soon, but I guess because we do have all these guys working on giving us zombified, we can go ahead and spawn in a couple of our AFK pets like the gnome here and the Spriggan, since these are our 2 highest chance ones. And if these guys give us their mutations, then we'll be able to spawn in 2 lobsters whenever we do the AFK grind. All right, so we just had 1 of our chicken zombies actually apply the zombified mutation to a sugar apple over here. Oh, there it is down there. All right, so zombified is officially done, and that is ready to go. So we can go ahead and pick up all of our chicken zombies here and our mimic octopus. And so we have the gnome and the Spriggan spawned in. So let's go ahead and get the rest of our AFK pets ready to go and get all the rest of our mutations done, and then we can focus on getting these Spinos to move these guys their mutations over. So we're gonna go ahead and spawn in a lobster. We're gonna spawn in our aromatic spaghetti slot to get aromatic pasta sauce and meatballs, so that will mix into the spaghetti mutation. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in our junk bot for the oil mutation, our tranquil scarlet for the tranquil mutation. We'll spawn in our corrupt scarlet for the corrupt mutation, and let's see, we're missing 1 other pet here. Ah, the griffin. All right, I figured there was 1. So the griffin will give us cyclonic, and then that will turn into maelstrom, and then eventually we can get storm charged with that. So that'll be some extra mutations, lots of extra multipliers, and we can make some good money. So we have our nice AFK setup ready here. We got to get all these mutations done. Once we get 1 of these done, I'm going to swap out with the kappa. The second one I'll swap out with another kappa, and then I think the third one I'll swap out with the corrupt kitsune again, so we could try to get foxfire corrupt chakra, and then I will swap out the rest with some Spinos and our Ascended Mooncat just in case we can try to get Dawnbound. I forgot to actually spawn in my Mooncat after last video to try and get Dawnbound on something so we can use a T-Rex to multiply it, but I'm going to try to do that today after this video if we don't get it by the time I'm done recording. All right, but anyways, I'll be right back. I think we're good to go, and it's time to AFK and get these mutations done. All right, so after our first round of AFKing, I came back, and it looks like we do have Corrupt done, which is awesome, so I can go ahead and pick up our Corrupted Scarlet here. His job has been completed, and then looking through some of these other fruits that we do have a carrot with gnomed on it, so our gnome is also done. We can go ahead and pick him up as well and get him out of the way, as that's another one done. And I looked through all this. I didn't really see anything else that was completed. We did get sauce done, but we still need meatball, pasta, and aromatic, and we did get sauce done a couple of times, so our spaghetti sloth just really likes sauce today apparently. And yeah, I didn't really see anything else on the sugar apples. It's kind of hard to tell because there's so many of them stacked together, but I don't see anything else that got done. However, I did come back from being AFK, and right when I did come back, I did notice on our COCOMANGO here, we did get molten as soon as I got back from AFK, which just converted over to blazing. So once we get meteoric, that can become infernal, which will be even a better multiplier buff. But anyways, since we did get 2 of our pets done, and our Spriggan, actually, let's see if our Spriggan will give us bloom real quick. I'm gonna boost him. If we can get bloom done, that'd be nice. Let's see. Oh, look at that. We got one fruit done with bloom. That is perfect. I don't know what got done with bloom, but something got done with bloom. I think one of our sugar apples. So there it is. So bloom is also done. Now we can go ahead and pick up our Spriggan. But we do have 3 slots open. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in some Kappas here. And I'm also going to go ahead and put down some carrot seeds over here for our Kappas. Help with getting the bloodlet mutation done. So there we go. There's 12 carrots for them to work with. And since they're spawned in, I'm going to go ahead and also spawn back in my corrupt kitsune to try and get Foxfire corrupt chakra while we AFK a little bit longer. And then once some more of these guys finish up with their mutations, we're going to swap out and start putting some Spinos in here. But so far, some pretty good progress. So we actually have bloodlet done, which means we can go ahead and get rid of these 2 Kappas that we have. We also did get oil done from our junk bot, so we can go ahead and also pick up our junk bot since he is done. And we did get Tranquil from our other Scarlet, so we can go ahead and pick up our Scarlet here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in another lobster just so we can try and help that one get meteoric done a little bit faster. I will boost this one though real quick to see if we can get that finished. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Lobster just applied meteoric to one of our mandrakes, so that's actually perfect. We can go ahead and pick up our lobsters now. So those guys are done. And let's see if our spaghetti sauce gives us meatball finally. Okay, another sauce, but that's fine. He has time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and also boost my Griffin here to see if we can get Cyclonic done a little bit faster. And doesn't look like we got Cyclonic still. Let me check this. Yeah, so no Cyclonic, but that's fine. We'll let him keep doing his thing. But all right, we did make some pretty good progress here though. So that means we can go ahead and officially spawn in our Ascended Mooncat to try and get Dawnbound done, depending on how long it takes for our Spinos to move everything over. So I'll go ahead and get that started. I'm gonna pick up some of these carrots that we don't need. I'm gonna go ahead and move the good ones over though that we do need. So this one with oil, I'm gonna go put that over here. I'll move the Tranquil one over there, and I'll move this bloodlet one over here, and we can go ahead and pick up all these other ones since we don't really need any of these other mutations. We have all those, and I think we're good. So now that we have that Ascended Mooncat spawned in, we can go ahead and get all of our Spinos spawned in as well. So let's go ahead and get these Spinos spawned in. We have 2 megas, 2 normal ones, and that will get a ton of mutations moved over, and we can get them all put on to our big COCOMANGO here and get a maxed out COCOMANGO with all the mutations on it. So we made some pretty good progress so far. This one's actually going a lot faster. Our pets are helping us out, giving us all the mutations that we need, which is perfect. So now we're just going to go ahead and AFK, wait for these Spinos to move everything over. And in the meantime, while they are moving stuff over, we just got to wait for that, hopefully, Foxfire Corrupt Chakra to get added to something Cyclonic. And then we still need Meatball and Aromatic, but we're almost there. So lots of great progress so far. All right, so after about 4 hours of AFKing, we did get everything moved over to our COCOMANGO here. The only thing is, for some reason, we haven't been able to get Aromatic, and we also have not been able to get Foxfire Corrupt Chakra. I don't know why those two are struggling. Usually we get Aromatic pretty early on, but it has literally not gotten added to anything at all. So I don't know why. But besides that, we do have about 32 mutations on our COCOMANGO, and if we separate Spaghetti here, we'd be up to 34. If we separated Harmonized Chakra, 35, Gloom, 36, Paradisal, 37, Storm Charge would be about 41, and I think we'd be up to probably about like 44. So if we did get Ceramic, and we got this converted to Ceramic. I don't know why I didn't convert. I think it's because we got Infernal done too early before it was able to convert Sandy to Clay and then Ceramic. We also got Frozen, I think, before the Sandy was able to get Clay. So that kind of messed it up, and we also did not get Aromatic added onto it. And we also did not get our Dawnbound done. It's been hours, and this guy is still trying here. But we have about 2 hours left, so I'm probably just going to AFK after I finish this video and let our Mooncat apply this to a carrot or something like that, just so we have a Dawnbound item for the next video. But anyways, I think this is a pretty good stopping point. I wanted to get Aromatic and I wanted to get Ascended Chakra done, but I don't know why I'm not having any luck getting either of those right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it here, and we're going to at least try to get Amber done still. The other thing is we did get some other events happening. Like we did get the Earthquake event, and we did not get Cracked, and we did get some other events as well while I was AFKing, and we didn't get really any of the event mutations like Cracked, Aurora, Acid, or Acidic, I guess. And yeah, I don't know why, but anyways, we are going to go ahead and spawn in 7 Raptors. I would do all 8, but I'm going to let that Mooncat finish up its job there. And I'm going to go ahead and boost these guys with my toys here. All right, everyone is now boosted, and we are good to pick up the COCOMELON or the COCOMANGO. Sorry, I keep saying COCOMELON, bro. I don't know why. All right, but let's see if we can get Amber applied to this now.
Nope.
Okay, we did not get Amber applied to this, but we... What the heck was that, bro? What was that sound? kind of just scared me. But wait, is it this? It is this, bro. The COCOMANGO's making weird sounds. Okay, that's terrifying. But anyways, here's our COCOMANGO with all these mutations on it in all of its glory. Now, I wish we got a little bit of a bigger COCOMANGO here, but this is decent size. So I guess with this and all the mutations, I don't know what we can expect for the price, but hopefully we get something good. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Steven here. Without further ado, let's see how much this COCOMANGO is worth. All right, we actually hit perfectly on the 1 trillion mark, which is crazy. So if we did get aromatic added and we did get ascended chakra, we would have been past 1 trillion, which would have been insane. So the COCOMANGO is actually very, very good. I'm actually really happy with that amount. I honestly didn't expect to have that much of a value, but it did pretty good and it makes this sound. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is the COCOMANGO worth it in your opinion? If it is, drop a like on the video, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.